I like to find the fun in pretty much everything I do. In fact, if you've been watching, you know that my motto is, I'm on this planet for fun. But let's face it, life isn't always fun. Sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes we get angry. And then we need a way to help us get out of those things and get back to the fun. And that's where music comes in. I've talked before about how music can start the fun, but I've also learned, especially recently, how music can help to relieve stress and to turn things around. Let me give you a couple of examples. I've had times in my life when I've felt really down or depressed or upset about something, and I've gone for a walk, and as I'm on that walk, I've got music playing, and eventually, I get deep enough into the walk that the stress is gone, the anger is gone, I've got more mental clarity, and then I switch from being focused on whatever the issue was that took me out for the walk to listening to the music and enjoying it more. And I found this even recently at work. One day a couple weeks ago, I was having a really busy day and just a lot going on, a lot of demands happening, and suddenly out of nowhere, the theme song from a kids show that I used to watch when I was a very young boy, Mr. Dressup, Canadian kids show, popped into my head. If you don't remember Mr. Dressup, here it is. How can you possibly be stressed or remain stressed when you've got that running through your head? Also, another day at work, I found that I was actually starting to tighten up. I was having a really bad day. I'd had a couple of tough interactions with clients. I found my body starting to tighten up, and I was even, my breathing was getting more shallow. And I thought, wait a minute, I need something here. And I stopped what I was doing. I took a couple of deep breaths, but that didn't really do what I wanted it to do. And then I thought, well, let's try music. So then I started to think about one of my favorite songs, and in fact, it's my ringtone on my phone, Linus and Lucy from Charlie Brown. And I let that sort of linger in my head for a minute or so while I just sort of sat there and did nothing. And as I was doing that, I found that my stress level was coming down, my breathing was less shallow, and I was able to get back to focusing on what I was doing. So it was another time when I found it to be very helpful. And music doesn't always have to be playing a role just when I'm stressed or upset. Earlier this week, very early on in my shift, I had to send out an email to a client who had the word Roadrunner in her email address. And that put the Roadrunner theme song into my head. Remember that one? Once I had that in my head, it actually didn't run for the rest of the day. I shared it with my colleagues, I shared it with my boss. It was just so much fun. It kind of kept playing in the background in my head all day long, and it could bounce in my step. It was so much fun to just enjoy that. So it goes back to what I've said before, that music can not only start the fun, but it can help you find your way back to fun if you need it. It may not work for everybody, but if you're stuck for something else to try when you're having a bit of a down day, give it a go. You might be surprised. Find a song that works for you, find a tune, whether it's got lyrics, no lyrics, whatever it is. Just have fun with it. My name is Christopher, and I'm on this planet for fun.